Okay, so for Chromaggus, when the time lapse goes out, basically what we should do is that we should have everyone hide when it goes out. So no one should take it except for the main tank. So everyone should just hide. For that to work, everyone needs to stay below both tanks, but that should be fine for the most part anyway. Of course, those who know what they're doing, they can just stay in and take the time lapse if they have too much threat. But the thing with that is you can resist the time lapse, and if that happens, Chromaggus is gonna kill you basically. So only do that if you think it's worth the risk. But for the rest of the raid, you should go hide whenever time lapse goes out. And one of the most important things is that the off tank, the time lapse tank, is positioned correctly. So what I usually do is that I have the tank here. Then when time lapse goes out, everyone is hiding here, and Chromaggus comes to the off tank. And then what I usually do is like I run out here, and then I run like in a wide arc back here. And this is roughly when time lapse goes away, and then he'll turn around and go back to attacking the main tank, and then we won't have to reposition the boss. So the reason for why I run out like this with him, or well, rather it will be more like this because he's coming from that side, is because that otherwise like the boss can be like here, and that means that the hunters will not be able to use a tranquilizing shot. And the thing is, when time lapse goes out, there will always be a frenzy at the same time, and if the boss is not trying, the time lapse tank might die. So by like doing this, you ensure that he is in the line of sight of the hunters, and then they can use tranquilizing shot. So another thing to be careful with, like if you do this when you run back, you're gonna line of sight the healers immediately. So if you run like in a wide arc, then it's basically then it's gonna take a bit longer. And also, what the healer should do, like once time lapse has gone out, and the tank off tank has aggro from Chromaggus, they should just like move out here really quickly. If they're not busy healing, of course, because then you'll be able to heal the tank the whole way. Um, I know that some guilds do it a bit differently. They have I've never seen it done, but they have the time lapse tank here with two healers and possibly a hunter to do the tranquilizing shot. The thing I don't like about that tactic is that well, you only have two healers, and that's like if you're over here, you have all of them. So it's going to be a bit more likely that the tank survives. And also, I don't think two healers will necessarily be enough for below 20% if we have a time lapse there, because the damage on the tank can be really heavy. So I personally think we should stick with this one. Also, hunters, you may want to like, because if you stay here, you're gonna be in a death zone, so you won't be able to use tranquilizing shot. So you should like be more or less all the way back here. And then also, when Chromaggus moves for the tank, when time lapse goes out, you can also just move out here or try to do that. So it'll be easy for you to be in line of sight.